Guys, we've got to talk about Cody Rhodes. I'm seeing a fair bit of negativity online about how his Undisputed Championship reign is going, so I just wanted to make this video to go over the main issues that people seem to be pointing out, and we'll see if there's any validity to those claims. As always, a lot of this will be my own opinion, so you can let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments. Amongst the fans who are unhappy with the way Cody's reign is going, there seems to be an overriding opinion that so far it's been boring. And that's not because Cody's a boring wrestler, it's because his title defences have been predictable. I mean, he successfully defended the title against AJ Styles at Backlash and then Logan Paul at King and Queen of the Ring. And the issue is, I don't think anybody expected Cody to lose the title to either of those men. We can be fairly sure that WWE are waiting for The Rock to return to the company. We're expecting The Rock and Roman Reigns to come back and exact some revenge for what happened at WrestleMania. And that's the story we're interested in, and that's the story that we kind of know that WWE is going to aim for. So there's no tension in any of the title matches that Cody's going to have in between, because it's unlikely that he's going to lose the title before he's feuded with either The Rock or Roman Reigns. I mean, the matches he's having are still excellent from a technical standpoint, but they feel a lot less interesting when you're 80% sure of the outcome. WWE are desperate to present Cody as a fighting, defending champion. They want him to be totally different to what Roman Reigns was, so they can't just send him home for 2 or 3 months until The Rock comes back. It would help if Cody had a monster heel to fend off in the meantime. No offence to either AJ Styles or Logan Paul, but they aren't it. It's a shame that Brock Lesnar was implicated in the recent allegations, because he would have been perfect for that role. It could have been a David versus Goliath story for a couple of months that would add some unpredictability to Cody's title defences, but lucky for Cody, the future is looking a bit brighter. When CM Punk comes back, they could do a face versus face program and have Drew McIntyre cost Punk the title, or bring Seth Rollins back from injury as a heel to face Cody. I think both of those feuds would work really well. Yes, we'll still be waiting for The Rock and Roman Reigns to come back, but I think we'll be more likely to believe that Punk, Rollins, or even Randy Orton could dethrone him, because they would be more credible opponents. In fact, Cody versus Randy Orton would be one of those feuds with real weight behind it. The men have all that history together, dating right back to 2007 when they were part of the Legacy. And there's definitely a really good story there that's ready to be told. I wouldn't turn Orton heel, just keep it face versus face, and that match would slot in perfectly at SummerSlam in a couple of months' time. While I haven't always loved the execution, I've always loved the idea of WWE having a lead babyface. Hogan, Brett, Austin, they tried it with John Cena, but things went off the rails pretty quickly with him. The same with big dog babyface Roman Reigns, but I think Cody is the right fit for the job. He's a great figurehead for the company, but he just needs some credible opponents to work with. I've even seen fans complain that Cody is already overexposed, that he's on TV too often, while WWE want to present him as the antidote to the likes of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, who were part-time champions. I mean, Lesnar would literally disappear with the title for months on end. I mean, it was so bad they had to invent other championships for people to hold in the meantime. Instead, they're going with the opposite angle for Rhodes. He's a fighting champion. After all, it runs in his family. Dusty Rhodes was a fighting, defending NWA champion during the 80s. Another point I've seen being made online is that Cody's lost his aura since winning the title. So what they're saying is he doesn't feel as special now he's the champion. This isn't a problem in wrestling that's limited to Cody. It's always more interesting to watch the hero chase the title. I mean, they say the thrill is in the chase, but when the good guy comes out on top and wins the title, the excitement often drops. I honestly believe that it's better to have shorter babyface world title reigns and longer heel world title reigns for that very reason. But I don't think Cody's going to be losing that title anytime soon. I could see him holding it at least until WrestleMania 41. So for Cody, it all comes back down to having credible opponents and meaningful feuds as well. While I really appreciate AJ Styles and I think he's a great performer, the feud right now that he's having with Cody just lacks depth, and I just don't believe he's going to win the title. The stakes need to be higher and the story needs to be more personal. That's why he needs the feud with Randy Orton. With him, they can make it personal, and it's more believable that Orton could take the title off him. I've also heard fans say that Cody's title run is being overshadowed by the Bloodline story. I agree that the Bloodline angle is the best thing on the show, and it is better than anything that Cody's involved in right now. But I'm not of the belief that the main event storyline has to be the biggest thing that's happening. Back in the Attitude Era, we used to have multiple stories running at once, and sometimes the stuff happening underneath the main event was the most exciting thing on the show. And the stuff with the Bloodline, in my opinion, is exceptional storytelling by WWE standards. It's going to overshadow everything. And I believe that eventually Cody's probably going to get drawn back into that story when The Rock and Roman Reigns come back. Look, Cody is just getting started here. He's become the champion at a difficult time where there's a lack of really credible, exciting opponents for him. So right now he's cementing his legacy as a working champion, getting those early wins under his belt while he waits for more compelling opponents to come along. Personally, I'd map his future feuds like this. I'd do Rhodes vs Orton at SummerSlam, then I'd go with Rhodes vs Punk in September, and in that match I'd have Drew McIntyre come and cost Punk the title, and then I'd get Roman Reigns involved and have him come back to get his revenge on Cody, with The Rock getting involved in some way to set up The Rock vs Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. I think that would be a very exciting way to kick Cody Rhodes' title reign into the stratosphere. We've just got to hold on tight until then.